everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Browns are top 10 in defending the pass. They'll be going up against the Vikings, who will need to solve that secondary.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. On first down, Wentz. He's got a man. It's his fullback. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Wentz to throw on second down. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. A good pickup there of 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And now a first down following that long gain. A toss to Cook. Spinning past him. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And Frank's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
Take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Webb now. Going right, and that's complete. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now. Blue, watching now, Barney. Let's go. Blue, landed. Blue, landed. Detroit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, Webb. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a handoff as they run left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Here's Webb. The swing pass caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear. But it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Wentz on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Philip Dorsett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And he knocks it through. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. But he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And fights through one man. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call. On 2nd down, Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And Frank's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but not them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patches, I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. On 3rd and 2, Webb, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Webb. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And past the 30, down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
To throw, Webb. He's going to let it go deep for the end. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Shift together here from the D-line. They start the drive with Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Now they try the right side here. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And able to find Dorsett. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back. But it's still a 3rd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Watch him now, Barney. Oh, here we go now. Green, 30. Here we go, check. Green.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got him in, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 36 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. If you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Let's go. Blue landing. Watch 32.
Off play action, it's Webb. He's got his man on the crossing route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's got some space here. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is fielded at the goal line. And now out comes Minnesota. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They give him a gain of 38. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So that'll back him up 5. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throw on second down. Webb to the right side. It's Kelsey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. A play fake. Now Webb. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Webb. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Again, it's Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They're down here in the third quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Going deep for Diggs. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Off the play fake. Webb under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
All right, here we go. All right, now, look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Webb. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a 1st down throw. Webb. That's Njoku over the middle. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown. Cleveland. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. They've got his man complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you. And
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Philip Dorsett with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
I got 83.
Now Wentz. Incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webb. A swing pass caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. On first down, Wentz. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd down following the incompletion. On play action. Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second down following the run.
Here we go. Green.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Oh, a design run for their wideout. There's some space here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, Webb. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Offense staying ahead of the chains here. 2nd and 3. Webb to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go.
Here we go now. Leopard, now, Barney.
And now here's a carry heading left. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
Puts this one through, and that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Over.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
All right, now. Alert three. Back to 99 Philly. Here we go. Shift. Here we go.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go. Blue 90.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Red zone opportunity.
Hurry up, here we go. Please. All right, now, look at 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Shipped together here from the D-line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Webb. Buying time to his left. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Set! Boom! Landed! Back down in that belly. Here we go!
On 1st and 10, Webb. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sharif Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Webb going to keep the offense out to go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Webb. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.
everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's game, we should look to the war up front. The Dolphins are top 10 in rushing yards, and they're going up against a Patriots team that will need to keep the running game in check.
Larry, thank you. The renovations, they have certainly transformed this place as EA Sports welcomes you to beautiful Miami, Florida. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Tannehill on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Going deep here for Landry. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
A lot of contact there. But there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Second and 10, Tannehill. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Tannehill with a hook up to Thomas for a Dolphin first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. To the air again, Tannehill. Dancing to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away. An extra corner on the field for New England here on third down.
Yeah, another DB. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. The swing pass caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early.
He's got a man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, there it is, partner. Brady to Gronk, their first connection of the game.
You think those two often in sync?
I don't think there's any question about it. And, look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. 2 great competitors, 2 fantastic players.
Brady gives this one to Lewis. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. It's caught left side by Cooks. Brady connecting with Cooks for the Patriot first down. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Working from the gun, it's Brady. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Slant route caught by Edelman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, it's Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Chris Hogan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are back within a score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And this one through the uprights and good. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So now 1st and 15. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Tannehill to Landry, good for a Dolphin first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Steps away. He's going to look deep now for Landry. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
to the air. Tannehill on second down. It's complete to Parker left side. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again is Tannehill. Being chased out left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Throw on second down is Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On 1st down, Brady. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw is Brady, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Edelman there, and it's 3rd down. throwing is Brady on third down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 41 yards.
There's obviously nothing shy about the guys dialing up offense here. They take a shot on third down, and boy, did they get rewarded, even though there was good defense on the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On third down, Brady. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. William Hayes in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on fourth down, Brady will yield to Gronkowski for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Gronkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Ten yards still left on second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They'll run it here with Smith. And he's brought down after a good gain. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Going deep here for Landry. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Brady now on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Gronk, so tough to cover, sometimes a flag's going to come out.
His size and his ability create a lot of these pass interference calls. If you're trying to go through him to get to the ball, that's almost impossible, and he benefits on the play.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out because we had an even half?
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good second half, that's for sure. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So now here come the Dolphins. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They go play action here on first down. He's letting it fly for Cook. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown. back. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lawrence Guy in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On second down, here's Tannehill. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first down, Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Tannehill now to throw. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. They come up in an offset eye. Tannehill. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Ryan Tannehill, his second touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Dorsett's got it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Throwing on first down is Brady. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
20.
Brady now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Stephon Anthony coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. To throw on second down. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
All right, partner, we just saw the second interception of the game against Tom Brady. I'm going to see my eye doctor because I did not really see that, did I?
Well, nobody sees it often. Last year, he threw 2 interceptions all season. Did not throw 2 in a game, so certainly a rarity. First down, it's Tannehill. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 43 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
To throw is Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll bring up second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. It's caught, Stills, right side. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To the air again, Tannehill. And the Miami Dolphins are into the end zone. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Left side, it's Dorsett. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going deep here for Landry. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. Cooks flashing the footwork. Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. This is Lewis. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That is caught at the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Again, it's Lewis. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Patriots have moved out in front. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Goskowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all All that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. To throw on second down is Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Julius Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
20, 55! Let's go.
Play clock winding down.
No, 66.
Now they'll run with Lewis. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Dorsett, the man in motion. Now a play fake. Brady. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. To throw, it's Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Tannehill on first down. Drops it off to Drake. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. From the gun, here's Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Tannehill now to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Tannehill. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Tannehill. And it's caught. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 1-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And Charles, he hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
Exactly. And this was by far the most nerve-wracking. They just stepped up and calmly banged it through.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one. Whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. One final try now for Brady. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for New England, they're square.